Most Jeep owners buy rubber just for the looks. Here's the secret. The wrong tire doesn't only slip in mud, it quietly eats ball joints, steering, and your fuel money. Today I'll show you 3 tire brands that wreck your Jeep, and 4 that are worth it. Worst number 3, Ironman All Country M/T. Have you ever spotted a Jeep tire that just looks like it'll solve everything for cheap? That's what happens with the Ironman All Country M/T. You see the chunky tread and the low price, and it feels like you just found a hack no one else knows. Most people are drawn in by those big lugs and the promise of off-road grip, and honestly, for short trips or a weekend toy, you might think you're making a clever move. But daily life always shows the real cost. The first thing nobody mentions until later, these tires are heavy. Like, noticeably heavy. That weight isn't just a number, it makes your engine work harder with every single mile, and suddenly your Jeep doesn't feel as nimble as you remember. Steering takes more muscle, stops take longer, and you start wondering why the fuel gauge drops faster than before. Highway drivers with these tires notice the steering gets vague and road noise gets worse over time. Your Jeep feels less sharp and confident. That's the hidden trade-off. Plus, all that extra weight wears down key parts like ball joints and tie rods, especially if you run big tires without regearing. A tech once summed it up: good trail tire, cheap daily tire. But that line sticks for a reason, because wet roads are about to show you a whole new side to this budget pick. Stick around. Wait until you hear how things get dicey when the pavement is slick and your tires are the weak link. Think you found the perfect budget tire? Think again. Next up is another contender that looks tough, but can fail you fast on wet roads. Worst number 2, Federal Coraggio M/T. Ever scroll online and find a tire that just looks perfect? Massive tread, mean look, low price, and thousands of happy posts? That's the Federal Coraggio M/T. This tire has a real following. People rave about how tough it is and how it just bulldozes through mud and rocks. It's called a budget beast for a reason, and the photos back it up. At first, it feels like you're outsmarting the system, getting more tired for less money. But start digging into the reviews and you'll spot the same complaint over and over: wet pavement. You'd think a tough-looking tire would be able to handle anything, but the reality is, wet traction is just not there. One review after another mentions slippery handling in the rain, longer braking distances, and a feeling that's more sketchy than safe when the roads are damp. That's tough for any Jeep owner. You upgrade your rig, but hit wet streets with a tire that just can't handle it. A BS kicks in more, lane changes feel sketchy, and stopping takes longer. One Aussie said it's noisy on the blacktop, but great on tracks. Exactly, it's made for trails, not daily driving. If your Jeep is mostly for commuting or daily life, Coraggio might handle the wild stuff, but it's a headache the rest of the time. It looks tough, but in rain or sudden storms, it can really let you down. And honestly, there's a tire out there with even worse wet grip, all because of one overlooked detail. Want to know why siping matters? If this is already saving you from a dumb tire buy, hit like real quick and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. No pressure. But don't dip yet, because the next tire is where people get tricked the hardest. Worst number 1, Milestar Patagonia M/T. If you hang out in Jeep forums, you know the Milestar Patagonia M/T is everywhere. People love its giant tread and call it the budget hero, swearing it handles mud and rocks like a champ. Some even hit 20,000 plus miles, especially on trails around Moab. But the catch comes fast: almost no siping. That tiny detail makes a massive difference. Without siping to move water, this tire quickly turns sketchy when it rains. Reviews pile up with stories of horrible wet grip, and some drivers say it's like skating during a storm. Mix in a lifted Jeep and heavy wheels, and you get a ride that's loose, unpredictable, and not safe for the family at 70 miles per hour. One user nailed it: great off-road, harsh compromise on pavement. Want real wet weather safety? This is the moment you start eyeing a calmer, all-terrain tire. If you live where rain is common, treat this tire as trail first. On pavement, it can feel nervous and unpredictable, especially when it's wet, so it's not the setup you want for daily commutes, family trips, or highway speed confidence. Alright, time to turn things around with a tire that's all about balance. If you've been looking for something quiet and reliable, this next one's for you. Best number 4, General Grabber AT3. Ever wish your Jeep just felt easy to live with? The General Grabber AT3 might be your answer. Unlike mud tires that shout for attention, the AT3 is more like the quiet kid in class who turns out to be secretly good at everything. It's designed as a true 50-50 all-terrain, and that balance really shows up where most people actually drive: on pavement, in rain, and through snow. What makes the AT3 special? It's shockingly quiet for an all-terrain tire. Tire reviews and European tests in 2024 to 2025 found it much quieter than older models, and its wet braking scores are excellent. That means you get less noise and more confidence in the rain, without giving up grip for dirt and gravel. Plus, this tire has the 3-peak mountain snowflake, 3PMSF symbol, so you know it's tested for real winter traction, not just some marketing label. Drivers everywhere say the AT3 is safe, stable, and quiet enough to forget about. Daily drives feel easy, steering relaxes, fatigue drops, and you're not fighting the wheel. And when you need grip for dirt roads or sudden snow, the AT3 delivers. The best part? It's a set it and forget it all-terrain that stays calm. You get the everyday comfort most Jeep owners want, plus real grip for rain, dirt roads, and surprise snow. It doesn't beg for attention, it just keeps your rig feeling stable and easy. If you want one tire that handles real life without extra noise, start here. Looking for a tire that works as hard as you do? The Goodyear Wrangler. Duratrack might just be the tire you've been waiting for. Let's see why. Best number 3. Goodyear Wrangler. Duratrack ever notice the tires on work trucks and plow rigs look different? That's the Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack story. These tires were made for vehicles that work non-stop, tow trucks, snow plows, service vehicles that can't afford to get stuck. Jeep owners picked up on this, and now Duratracks are everywhere, especially for people who need a Jeep that works all week and plays hard on weekends. Why do so many trust the Duratrack? The tech is solid. Self-cleaning shoulder blocks, special grooves for mud and snow, and a 3-peak mountain snowflake for proven winter grip. Real Jeepers driving in tough spots like the Canadian Rockies call this their number one choice for brutal commutes. They swear it's better than even KO2s in deep snow, but still tough enough for sharp rocks and muddy climbs. Many owners call Duratrack the best mix for winter and daily driving, and it lives up to it. You get strong sidewalls, great mud and snow grip, and a tread that keeps clearing itself. Yes, there's some road hum, but most drivers gladly trade that for year-round confidence. Duratrack feels like the perfect middle ground. It's for the Jeep owner who wants it all. Work, snow, trails, daily comfort. It's not whisper quiet, but the snow bite and all-terrain toughness make it a confident, year-round choice for most Jeep owners. Best number 2. Falken Wildpeak, a /T3W. Have you ever noticed that everyone just defaults to KO2s? Falken Wildpeak, a /T3W is the tire that makes people stop and rethink. From the start, it was built as an all-weather AT with a big 55,000-mile warranty and the 3-peak mountain snowflake badge for legit winter grip. That means it's passed formal testing on snow and ice, real numbers, not just promises. Independent tests keep ranking Wildpeak as one of the most rounded ATs you can buy. It has great off-road bite, really strong wet performance, and it doesn't let you down in snow. But here's what most owners rave about, the way it acts on the highway. Reviewers say Wildpeak feels aggressive off-road and very well-mannered on-road, and it's only a bit louder than normal tires, even after thousands of miles. So how does that change daily life? If you drive in mud, hit some rocks, or need real traction for winter, you're covered. But on the road, it stays calm, with steering that's actually precise, not mushy. Wet braking is predictable, and you're not second-guessing every lane change when it rains. For people who get all 4 seasons, Wildpeak often turns into their one-set-does-it-all tire. No swaps, no stress. But wait, if you're looking for the ultimate all-terrain tire, the BFG Goodrich All-Terrain T/AKO2 might just be the one to set the standard. Let's see what makes it so special. Best number 1. BF Goodrich All-Terrain T/AKO2. Let's be honest, every tire gets compared to the KO2, and there's a reason. BF Goodrich built its name on this one, calling it their toughest all-terrain ever. They put a 50,000-mile warranty behind it, plus a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, and then it just kept winning reviews. Best dirt handling, top snow braking, always near the top for grip and control. Owner stories back it up. Jeep people run KO2s for years, across states, on everything from Wranglers to half-ton trucks, and they keep praising the same stuff. Solid sidewall protection, steady handling, and real longevity. Customer data from big tire sites show high scores for tread wear and winter traction, and what's wild is, lots of people use them as a true year-round tire in snowy states. Put a set on a lifted Jeep and you feel the difference right away. When you've already invested in wheels, armor, maybe gears, you want a tire that calms the ride down, not adds more chaos. That's what KO2 is built for. It stays planted, doesn't get nervous on rough roads, and just makes the Jeep feel more predictable. Sure, it's a little heavier than some new all-terrain, and pure ice is still best left to dedicated winter tires. But for most drivers, that blend of tough sidewalls, all-season grip, snow certification, and proven life makes KO2 the closest thing to set it and forget it. It's why so many shops know exactly how a Jeep will drive just by seeing those letters on the sidewall. Think you found your perfect match? Let us know what tire you're rocking and if you've learned something new today. Don't forget to subscribe for more Jeep tips and tricks. See you in the next one.